The pace car is off. Andra Baranowskis will be leading the field to the green flag. Here at Kansas Motor Speedway, we are under the lights. And already Zachary Fitzwater going for that lead here on lap number 1. Jeffrey Finguy fighting the turn 4 wall. Finding that excruciating pain right there as the caution is out here already on the first lap. Calamity out of turn 4 itself. As we've got a massive wad of cars wrecked already here on lap number 1. And Jack James hit the wall for turn 4, sending Jonathan Rains, clipping Angel Navarro, sending Johnny Gunner for a spin. There is William Duncan. He gets slight damage. He spins the car around. Jeremy Jones hard on the brakes here, just trying to slow down for dear life. Charles Sanford squeezes on by. Navarro hits the wall, and then JT Bryant clips the 78, and he goes for an upside down roll there. And there's Kev Shear. There's Jeremy Jones. They get swept up into that one. JT Bryant piles into the back of the Ford. Jessica Emery does a good job of avoiding the wreckage there. But really just a lot of damaged cars here. There's Ryder Barnes involved in the 46. Johnny Gardner, like I mentioned, getting involved as the caution came out. And the 18 of Gabe Williams found the apron there, but looks like they were just fine. And coming to take the green flag here. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Zachary Fitzwater with a great jump over Andra Baranowskis. Luis Hernandez slept a bit on that start as well, but here comes the number 27 of Josh Zakuli down the inside. An aggressive move here underneath the 34 of Bill Gunther's Jack, as the 18 of Gabe Williams and Jeffrey Finguy are going to attack behind, as already the field getting aggressive here in the turns 3 and 4. We saw a wreck happen on lap 2 because of cars hitting the wall. Will we see it again? Not as many hit the wall the first time, but there Jack James again finding that outside wall. He's got a lot of right side damage, so that could be a potential tire rub on that number 42 there. This is bad for Jack James. Dylan Young going to the inside of Vince Freeze there. Duncan stuck in the back because of the incident. And a lot of drivers there. See, there's the night scheme of O'Neal Baldwin trying to make his way up into the field. Very iconic scheme if you remember the Bill Elliott throwback. There's a new scheme on the 83 here. Betty Johnson running the Aussie Toyota there. The Australian car. Zachary Fitzwater, one of the owners of the BK team, looking at that car. He's really happy to see that car running well, but he's currently the leader at the moment here with Andra Baranowskis and Luis Hernandez. They have reeled him in really closely here. Hernandez closing in as several cars in the wall. Rancho Cucamonga hit that wall for turn 4, looked like, and that caused a massive checkup. Out of turn 4, here comes Pat Johnson down the inside. An aggressive 3-wide move underneath Gunther and Seth Cole. Here comes Betty Johnson, Jesse Turner. They're 4 wide. Down the back straightaway they go. They squeeze. They all collide. Betty Johnson spins around. They're all in the wall. And the caution is out. Turner holds on as Nick Gunther and Betty Johnson crash. I think there was some more trouble near the back, but it looks like they saved it as they're going to slow themselves across the line. But it is Zachary Fitzwater still leading as a crash occurs in turn 3. Luckily, nobody else really got hit in that, but Jesse Turner's got some damage in that, as well as several others. And Betty Johnson, they made a 4-wide move. They had plenty of room, but Betty Johnson squeezed all 3 of them into the wall, sending her to Nick Gunther. Jesse Turner, Seth Cole just trying to plow his way through Nick Gunther there. Cody Lamas hits the 80 there. They save it just fine. Cody Lamas gets some side damage out of that, but that just really sends those 3 for a spin. And cosmetic damage done to the 3 machines there, but they're going to be able to keep on going here for the rest of the race here, looks like, if they can survive. And the pace car lights are off yet again. Zachary Fitzwater will be leading the field down for the green flag again. Green flag is out. Luis Hernandez slept on the start again. And Theostigal looked like he was trying to attack here. Dylan Schwalmberg down the inside. The Watkins Glen winner trying to get 2 wins in a row here. As there's Andre Baranowskis there, getting a shove from Dylan Schwalmberg. There's Rancho Cucamonga. Lots of contenders looking for that first win of the season, and some looking for the first win of their career. Zachary Fitzwater, one of the few, trying to get that first win. As a multitude of cars hit the wall for turn 4, definitely finding some issues with their handling. Dylan Schwalmberg now getting attacked by Rancho Cucamonga. Munga slides up the track, Schwalmberg way up the hill. And that's going to cost him some ground here, but he holds strong on the outside lane. That 20 looking pretty strong on the track. As Gabe Williams, there you see his teammate, the 9 in the 18, looking pretty solid as well. Andre Baranowskis still looking there, and Theo Stegall hitting the wall for turn 4 as Ian Dutta gets by. Luis Hernandez has now gotten a bit of a run on Zachary Fitzwater for position here. Dylan Schwalmberg in 3rd now. At the moment, Baranowskis in 4th. Hendrick teammates of Eric Rodriguez and Jonathan Zorlin are battling for position here. Ian Dutta making it 3 wide here. Here comes Gabe Williams on the outside lane. Richard Johnson and Will Gus in the picture as the caution is out. Betty Johnson in another crash, and this time it has Joshua Sikuli involved, as well as Tommy Turbo. They'll be racing back down towards the wire as it seems. Metro Hernandez is taking the lead away from Zachary Fitzwater here, and Dylan Schwalmberg up still staying in 3rd as the field racing themselves back across the line. Dutta smacks the wall for 4, and looks like Hernandez will be taking the field to the caution flag. Tommy Turbo smacks the wall for turn 4. Jessica Emery bounces right into him, and nothing Tommy Turbo could do. Joshua Sikuli on the brakes, bam, no place to go. Collects the 27, and Betty Johnson, she's just committed high for some odd reason, and they just get collected as well. Betty Johnson with a lot of damage there to the 83. Her day's gone from bad to worse. And the pace car is off yet again. Joey Murphy is your new leader this time. He stayed out with several others. Jesse Turner in 2nd, green flag in the air. Murphy with a good jump. Yet again, Jack James sitting in 3rd. Remember, he had a tight race car early on. Hopefully they loosen the car up a bit as he goes for 2nd underneath Jesse Turner. Kyle Matthews and Jeffrey Finga are going to follow Fitzwater way up the track, trying to get around Nick Gunther. As remember, lap traffic's a factor here at Kansas, as William Duncan and several others are going to not hope for really a caution if they're in the middle of the pack here. There's a lot of the Hendrick cars down at the bottom lane here of Zorlin, Rodriguez, and Lamas together, all trying to get some positions here. Look at PJ Williams all the way in the grass there, trying to get some lost ground here. And Lamas makes it 3 wide, gets around Will Goss for position here, looks like, unless he fights back, which will be the case here. Goss strong on the outside line. That outside line is good for some drivers here at the track. Pat Johnson making it 3 wide underneath Young, and Freeze also trying to get around the number 95 as well. Chris Dodd now using the apron to his advantage, trying to get some spots. The caution is out on the track yet again, and it looks like we might have had a crash with Seth Cole in the number 80, and it looks like he might have just gotten turned, but that's about it, as we're going to take a look at the replay to see exactly what happened. It looked like they were all trying to get around lap traffic. Baranowskis washed up the track, thinking she was clear, and Charles Sanford was committed, and that collected Seth Cole. Cole went for a spin. Bill Gunther threads the needle, and that basically is just the reason the caution came out. 2 cars basically didn't get to wreck in the back of the field there. Seth Cole didn't get much damage out of that, gets a bit of front end damage out of that, but Baranowskis has the worst end of the stick with back end damage to the 47 machine. Tough break for the pole sitter. One to go signal is out. Dylan Schwalmberg is out with a tire issue there. So definitely something wrong with the suspension of his car, but most likely just a tire issue. They're out of the race because of that. Luis Hernandez leads over Kyle Matthews and William Duncan himself. Remember, they actually were in pit stops, and Luis Hernandez beat them out. Green flag is out here. The top 3 checks out from Will Goss and Murphy. And Jesse Turner trying to make a move around the lap cars, but couldn't quite make it work, as Andy Thomas and several others are going to attack on the outside lane. But here comes Tommy Turbo. He blocks the 23. He goes into the wall, and that sets off a massive pile up here. Several cars wrecking down the back straightaway. The caution is out, and we still got a massive melee of cars scrambling to get around each other as a multitude of cars. Johnny Gardner's destroyed, and that is not what they wanted to see, but that's an end to Tommy Turbo's night. William Brock stuck on the apron there. Jesse Turner's wrecked. There you see Leo Stegall, PJ Williams, Rencho Cucamonga, O'Neal Baldwin's collected as well. And talk about a tough break for several competitors today. Zachary Fitzwater, you saw, got collected. He's certainly not going to be happy on the radio. And that might have been a spotter error on Tommy Turbo's part there. The 95 slid up into the 23, and that just set off a multiple car wreck. Several cars spinning around. Johnny Gardner getting run over there, running into the back of O'Neal Baldwin, then running into the back end of the 95. That's what set Johnny Gardner for a spin. Seth Cole getting involved. Nick Gunther gets through the wreck there just fine. Gabe Williams gets collected at the end of there. Jeffrey Fingai squeaks his way through. Ian Dunham, like I said, with a lot of damage, a lot of cars running into the back of each other. That just a massive crash in the back straightaway. Not what a lot of contenders wanted to see. And we're going to get on board here with Dylan Young. He actually got through the wreck. Just watch how close he is. Great job by him. Richard Johnson was lucky as well. And there you see a lot of the melee in the back of the field. Jeffrey Finger, he's seeing that white car near the right top corner there, just squeezing on by. Hopefully to get through it. Right aboard here with Pat Johnson. Watch how he gets through it. And he's lucky he got through that. He came in there pretty hot, but he hit the brakes pretty hard there, so they're going to have to put some tires in that 11. They're lucky they got through that wreck just fine. But otherwise, back to the green flag here. Hernandez leads. If you're wondering how many cars remain in the race, only 28 remain as of right now. But Will Goss down the inside. He made a move around Kyle Matthews. A power move from Will Goss. And he's going down the inside. That 15 car suddenly gains some speed in that Vizine Ford. As he's down the inside for H. Scott Motorsports trying to get that victory here. William Duncan sitting in third. James in fourth. And Kyle Matthews dropping like a stone. Way back, further down the grid. He went all the way down to 8th position. Several others trying to get around the slow car of Betty Johnson. A lot to their disliking. They do not want her around. They just kind of want her out of the way. As Luis Hernandez trying to make the crossover move here on the inside line. Jack James sitting in third. He's still kind of in the catbird seat with William Duncan on tow. They're all hungry for their first victory here. Well, Goss is yet to win a race so far. Hernandez as well. Goss participated in last season here. I believe he participated last season as well. Not from what I recall. He was in the 41 car. So Will Goss trying to get a victory for H. Scott Motorsports here. The rumors have it they might be shutting down after this season. And William Brock gets turned around in the back of the field. Oh, and he gets hit hard by Jesse Turner. The caution is out on the racetrack yet again here at Kansas, as William Brock's day is done. One of the lap cars, and they're still crashing up further down. Pat Johnson's got a lot of damage. Chris Dodd has got it involved as well, as they are a lot of wrecking going on, as Hernandez will be leading them down yet again for the caution flag. Nick Gunther slid up the racetrack while Brock hit the wall, and that just sent the 7 for a spin. Brock spins up right into the path of Jesse Turner, bringing out the caution. And I think there might have been some issues with the 11 there. You gotta look at further into that. There was a crash further down. I think Pat Johnson might have blown up across the line. Yes, he did. And Chris Dodd turned him. He didn't really have a choice there. Andy Thomas, just an innocent bystander. That collected Chris Dodd there. Dodd, the minimal damage though to the 88, but That's definitely not what Chris Dodd expected whatsoever. He couldn't really react in time. And that's going to cost him a few spots. They're going to have to put on some sticker tires for that. But a lot more drivers out of the race here at Kansas. Luis Hernandez has been one of the more dominant cars today here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Can he wrap it up here with 14 laps to go once they cross the line? Green flag in the air, Jack James sitting in second, Rodriguez in third. Jack James with a massive run, here he goes down the inside line. Goss is gonna follow, here comes Jonathan Zorlin trying to get a victory in the 5 team. As the rest of the field trying to get away from the slow Betty Johnson. Jessica Emery finally getting around that 83. Gabe Williams trying to make a 3-wide maneuver. As several other drivers still getting held up by Andre Baranowskis as well. Zachary Fitzwater, Finguy, and Gunther all getting held up. They are 3 wide near the back. They could make it 4 wide. Matthews decides not to. And Duncan slides at the track. And Eric Rodriguez way up the hill. And that's going to give Joey Murphy an opportunity to take the spot away as they go 4 wide down the back straightaway. And Joey Murphy gets into Kyle Matthews. Matthews in the wall. They save it. But Dylan Young's got front end damage to his machine as the fleeting 24 trying to get down pit lane. And Dylan Young's got a crud ton of damage to the 2 machine. I don't know how they saved it, but that's gonna hurt Kyle Matthews here. There's definitely something wrong there. There's no caution on the track there. Dylan Young very upset as well. As it's Jonathan Zorlin to the point here. Will Goss in second. James in third. Rodriguez fourth. Duncan running in another good finish here with the top 5 right now. With only 11 laps to go. Can Will Goss? Can Jonathan Zorlin? He got a second at Watkins Glen. Can he get a win here at Kansas? This could be important for the 5 team. They're slowly gaining their rhythm back again for the Hendrick Motorsports organization. Cody Lamas got a win for them. Kyle Matthews did as well as Chris Dodd, but can they put that 5 team in victory lane? Jack James sitting in third, Rodriguez quietly in the 4th spot. He still has yet to win this season here. He's won a race before, but he has not been able to win ever since then. Jessica Emery finally getting around William Duncan for a top 5 spot. Richard Johnson's quietly running inside the top 10. Joey Murphy with that move has not really done much ever since, with teammate Vince Freeze bringing him in and Luis Hernandez as well. I think Hernandez was the one that got on the wall because of that, and he was one of the dominant cars today, and that is a tough break for Hernandez as Jack James got a nice shove from Eric Rodriguez there at a turn 2. He's going to make a power move to the inside. Rodriguez trying to put that Jerry Nadu throwback in victory lane here. Jesse Turner was close enough to do so, but he has reeled in the number 5 yet again. Hendrick running 1 and 2 right now. With 8 laps to go, Eric Rodriguez looking like the car to beat right now. He's reeled in Zorlin by a long shot. He's got a run at a turn 2. He's on the bumper. Jack James now with a great exit off of 2 though, because of the 25 having to check up. It's a 4-car race here. And Zorlin up that hill just a tad there. You can see how much of a struggle Zorlin has in turns 3 and 4. Really more the center of the corner here. As Jack James, will he make a move to the inside? No, he will not. But he might dive bomb the 25 a bit here. As Rodriguez still holding on. Look how close Jack James is to the 25 here. At 42, definitely they've made some right adjustments to his car. And they're looking very strong. Zorlin up the hill. This gives an opportunity for Rodriguez to catch. And they are coming towards lap traffic at a colossal rate here. Both trying to get around PJ Williams. They both get around him fine. And PJ Williams yields to them. They were side by side. Rodriguez took advantage and took the lead away. Jack James now trying to take second away from the 5. As Richard Johnson has got around William Duncan as well. Duncan's car definitely fading in this run. Remember, he's got that right side damage to the 6 machine, but even a top 10 could help him in the point standings right now. His average finish looking very strong, and it's just as strong as it was before. As Jack James dive bombs turn 1 hard. And here comes Jonathan Zorlin with a crossover move down the inside. And I think this is good breathing space for Eric Rodriguez, because he's got to get around lap traffic quickly as well. Annie Thomas there in the 23. Rodriguez getting held up bad there. Jonathan Zorlin, will he go high? No, he does not. He does not go high. But will he do it this time? Yes, he will. Rodriguez still getting held up by the lap car. But Rancho Cucamonga is right there as well. This could be bad for all of them as Jessica Emery now reeling in them all in. Rodriguez definitely not happy with Rancho Cucamonga. He thought he might have won this race, but lap traffic proved otherwise. Jonathan Zorlin back to the point here with 3 laps to go. It's a 3-car race. 2 Chevys and a Ford. Running your top 3 with Eric Rodriguez sitting in the 4th spot. He's got some ground to gain. Jonathan Zorlin and Jack James are side by side here. Jessica Emery, will she make it 3 wide? She's trying to put that 44 in victory lane yet again. We've seen this happen before with the 44. This exact scheme, won in Season 1. Can they win it in Season 2? They are 3 wide here, but they get 2 wide with 2 laps to go. The battle for the lead is on between Jack James and Jonathan Zorlin. With Jessica Emery and Eric Rodriguez. Rodriguez makes it 3 wide. Zorlin up the hill. And Eric Rodriguez now trying to take 2 spots in one go. He does. He gets around Emery, but the caution is out on the track. The race, is it over? Yes, it probably is. And here they come off of turn number 4. It is Jack James that will be taking the field across the line. As the caution is out, Eric Rodriguez will end up just short today. But Jonathan Zorlin, you gotta give props to him. He gets a 4th place run. But it's Jack James that leads them down to the line here at Kansas. As the caution is out and the race is going to be over, we're going to go for the rest on down. It looks like there was a crash with lap traffic here. Definitely not what Eric Rodriguez wanted, because he was catching the 42 at a good rate there. He's one of the faster cars in the grid. And Eric Rodriguez is going to be frustrated on the radio, but a very solid effort for the 25 team. As here they come across the line at last. It is going to be Jack James that will punch himself into the chase here with a win here at Kansas Motor Speedway under the lights here. Congratulations to Jack James on the victory there. We're going to have to look at the incident near the back of the field here, as it looks like it might have had something to do. I'm not quite sure where the accident happened. It did have something to do with Annie Thomas. Whoa! Definitely something with the airtime. Wow. And it looked like Hernandez got into the back of Thomas, and look at the airtime Annie Thomas gets there. It's a Tony Hawk Pro Skater crap right there, as they just went airborne in that car. The Toyota Camry had some airtime there, and Luis Hernandez, who had such a great run going in, it's not really going to happen so much today. But otherwise, here are your results. From 1st through 28th, 25 cars remained in the race. Colin Matthews, remember, he had issues there. Dylan Young, he got swept up in a wreck. He finished 15th, actually. But Jack James, not Jeff James, wins the race there. Rodriguez 2nd. Emery gets a good 3rd there. Almost got that 44-car in victory lane with that exact same scheme. That is the exact same scheme they ran for Kansas last season. They pretty much won that race too, so looking very strong. Jonathan Zorlin finishes 4th. Vince Freeze with a good top 5 there. Goss 6th. Johnson 7th. Fitzwater with a great 8th place spot. Good recovery for the team. Definitely wanted to lead more laps today. They were one of the stronger cars today, but it just didn't work out. Duncan finishes in the 9th spot. Good run for him. Keep that consistency up, my boy. And then you got Gabe William running in 10th. Jeffrey Finguy just short of a top 10 today. Finishes 11th. So give props to Jeffrey Finguy there, as Seth Cole finishes 16th. A couple of other notables here. Cody Lamas 18th. Rancho Cucamonga finishes 20th. A lot of lap cars near the end had a big issue and a big play in the race there. Cost Eric Rodriguez the win. So he's definitely going to have some talking with lap traffic afterwards. But thank you all for watching here. It's been quite a weird race so far because of that, but the point standings will be up. But congratulations to Jack James. I keep saying Jeff James because of Sony Cup logic, but Jack James for winning the race, as we'll take you to the point standings in just a moment.